Hello, everyone. Good evening. Today we have a breaking news topic: Biden's new plan, new program for spouses of U.S. citizens. And I'm excited to share with you everything that we know so far. So if you are new to our channel, nice to meet you. I am attorney L. Brudner. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to talk about this very interesting topic. I'm going to review the details that we know so far, and then I'm going to answer any questions that you might have if you're here with us live. If you are watching the recording of this, you can still write your questions in the comments, and I will promise to try to get back to them to you as soon as possible. And we are going to wait a few more minutes, and then we are going to jump into our presentation. Again, if you're new to our channel, welcome. Please like, subscribe to our channel so that you can receive more news and updates of emerging new topics just like this one. Okay, so let's just jump into our presentation today. Today, we're going to talk about the new Biden policy, geared mostly to spouses of U.S. citizens. There are some provisions in this policy that pertains to DACA, to Dreamers, but this presentation is not going to cover those. Today, we're just going to talk solely about the program for spouses of U.S. citizens. Also, this applies to stepchildren of U.S. citizens. Okay, so let's jump right in. Now, before we start, just a disclaimer that this is a brand new program. This was announced just a couple of days ago, this week, on the 18th of June, 2024. So we don't know yet all of the details. Okay, so it's advisable to seek guidance from a licensed immigration attorney before you submit anything, any kind of paperwork, any kind of applications with USCIS. And also, everything that we say today is not considered legal advice. It's just general information based on what we know now. Again, if you're watching the recording of this, you might be watching the recording and it's been already several months. Right now, we're June 20th, 2024. So it's really important to make sure you're up to date, and I will try to be updating everyone as soon as we have new news. Okay, so what is this program and who is eligible for it? Okay, there are certain requirements that are specific, and this is what we know so far. We know that you might be eligible for the program if, as of June 17th, you meet these following requirements. You need to meet all of them, okay? You're here in the United States after you've entered without inspection, without permission, okay? That means that if you've entered with a visa, this does not qualify for you, even if you're overstayed and you've been here for many years, okay? It's only if you've entered unlawfully without being inspected by an immigration officer. Number two, you've lived in the United States for the last 10 years, okay? And you've never left the United States, so you've been here since 2014, June 17, 2014. Next, you are legally married to a U.S. citizen, or you have a qualifying stepchild relationship with a U.S. citizen. Okay, and you have to be married with a U.S. citizen starting June 17, 2024. So on June 17, 2024, you have to have been married to a U.S. citizen. Okay, so if you get married today, you would not be qualified under this policy. Now, it also relates to stepchild relationship. Stepchild relationship is very specific per USCIS, per immigration. You have to have been married to the stepchild's biological parent before the child reached the age of 18. Okay, that's how you qualify for a stepchild. Finally, no criminal history. Okay, you do not pose a threat to the national security or public safety. Okay, so you have been in the United States for the last 10 years, you've entered unlawfully, you are married to a U.S. citizen, and you have no criminal history. Okay, those are the requirements as we know them now. Okay. For those of you joining me right now, welcome. I am reviewing the program, the new Biden program that was announced this week. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. And if you're watching the recording of this, also feel free to still ask questions, and I'll get to them as we go. Okay, what benefits will this new program offer? So this new program has a big potential to help a lot of people. First of all, if you meet the criteria and on a case-by-case basis, it will provide you with protection from deportation for 3 years, employment authorization for up to 3 years, and if you are granted this parole, you are granted this relief, then you might be eligible to apply for the green card in the United States. Okay. This is a huge relief for a lot of individuals that are here in the United States and they are married to a U.S. citizen, but they're not eligible to apply for the green card in the United States because the law requires that you show that you were inspected or admitted to the country in order to apply for the green card in the United States. If you can't show that, you have to go back to your home country. Most likely, you will trigger a 10-year bar to return. You would need a waiver. It's a very lengthy and expensive and risky process. Okay, so this program helps solve that problem of not having a legal entry, because when you are granted what's called parole in place, which is what this program offers, you are granted that legal entry that you need to apply for your green card in the United States. Okay, and it's very important, this sentence, that eligibility is determined on case-by-case basis. This means that USCIS has vast discretion in granting this relief. Okay, this is important when it comes to what you would need to submit in your packet when you file for this. Okay, I see some questions coming in. I'm going to go through a couple more slides and then I'm going to get to the questions. Okay. Okay. When can I apply for the new program? Not yet. The program did not start yet. Okay, it was announced, but it did not start yet. And we're expecting the program to be released by the end of the summer. And basically what we need is more guidelines, more details on how to apply and what application, what form, what is needed for this application. So USCIS will reject any submissions at this time. So if you're filing something with immigration, it's not going to be accepted. Also, it's really important to know that we are all cautiously optimistic that this is going to go through at the end of the summer, end of August, and it will grant relief to many hundreds of thousands of people in the United States. However, we need to know that everyone needs to know and remember that this program could be legally challenged, and that could impact the start date. Okay. I think I qualify. What should I do next? So if you think you qualify, what can you do? Again, the program has not started, but what can you do to help yourself to get ready for the program? What can you do? So and this is actually listed in the USCIS website. So if you go to the US website and you kind of Google new Biden program, a parole in place program, you'll see that they do have this advice, which I added to a little bit just based on my experience. So first of all, one of the requirements is that you have to show that you've been here in the last 10 years. It's your burden to show that you've continuously resided here, that you've never left. So start collecting that evidence, because that's a lot. And if you're familiar with the DACA program, this is what we needed to do for DACA when we had to show continuous presence for 7 years or more, right? So what I recommend to do, and this is my tip, is to start collecting evidence for every year since 2014 and break it down per month. So every year of the month, see what you can provide evidence for that month, because it's your burden to show that you've been here throughout this time. So things that you can provide: tax return, pay stubs, medical documents, money transfers if you sent money home, bills, anything that you can show that you were in the United States. If you got married during that time, your marriage certificate, right? And the easiest way to organize this is literally to either do it on the computer, have a file for every year, and then in that file every month, and start uploading documents, or even in a file, in a folder that you can put in for every month of every year documents. Start working on this. We have the summer for this, so this is a good time to start. You have to show evidence that you are legally married to a U.S. citizen as of June 17th, 2024. In my opinion, we're going to have to show evidence of bona fide relationships, so that, prove that I am legally married, I have a marriage certificate, and also that I am in a bona fide real relationship. So this is similar to what you would present if you are applying for a green card based on marriage. Proof that you're living together, joint documents, joint bank account, joint tax returns, anything that you might have. Now, in terms of criminal record, what the policy is currently saying is that you don't have, in order to qualify, you have to show that you don't have any criminal record or that you're not possess a threat to the United States. We might get more clarification on that. Maybe certain convictions or certain arrests would not disqualify you. So it's a good idea to start getting court documents, police reports, background checks, anything. But these things take time, and it's a good idea to start collecting this. Okay. And finally, proof of good moral character. So as I mentioned a few minutes ago, this is a case-by-case adjudication. So it's discretionary. That means that immigration has a say, and they can say, no, we don't think you deserve this relief. So if you have any proof to show that you're a good person, that you're a person of good moral character, that you have contributed to the community, that you have volunteered, that you attend community events, that you have donated blood, that you have donated to charity, that you do anything for the community, anything to give back, it's a good time to start obtaining those documents. And again, I'm talking about everything past tense, so anything that you've done in the past. So of course, it's always good to start volunteering, but anything that you do that is after the fact, after the date of this program, would not be sufficient. Okay. So those are some steps that I recommend doing. And the reason that I recommend to do it is that if this program goes through, and hopefully it would at the end of August go through and be available for everyone that qualifies, you want to get in your packet as soon as possible before it's legally challenged, before we have a new administration that might reverse this and cancel this option. Okay, you want to be ready. Okay, let's answer some questions. Roberto is asking, how will this affect a couple that is waiting for a 601 waiver and have DACA? So if you meet the requirements, you would be eligible for this, even if you're waiting for a 601. A lot of folks are waiting for a 601 because they that's the only avenue they had, right? They do not have a legal entry, so they cannot apply for the green card here in the United States. They have to leave the country for their interview. So before they leave, they need to ask for forgiveness, and that's a 601A form. So it will be eligible for a lot of people that are waiting for interviews or waiting for waivers to be approved. Now, the fact that you have DACA, that's good, but DACA doesn't give you that legal entry unless you have advanced parole and you left and you came back. This program will give you that legal entry, that parole in place that you need to apply for the green card in the United States. Okay. Roberto, was that helpful? Perfect. Let's see. There's another question. What if I left the country in 2016 with advanced parole? I have DACA and my grandpa passed away. I applied for advanced parole and it was granted to me. I was out for 2 weeks. Yeah, so if you have DACA and you left, you came back for advanced parole, then you do have that legal entry that's required. And if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you actually can continue with your case without the need for this program. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so if someone has DACA and you have advanced parole, you entered the United States lawfully, and now you're married to a US citizen, then you can do the whole program in the United States. And you don't necessarily need this program. Okay, now I've had questions about what if I have DACA, right? Should I also apply for this parole? And I'm married to a citizen. Should I apply for this parole? So again, you should apply for the parole if you have DACA. If you don't have advanced parole. If you do have advanced parole and you have DACA and you are eligible, you're married to a U.S. citizen, then you can just proceed as usual. Okay. Hi, Colby. No, you don't have to. The question is, do you have to have an approved I-130? You don't. You will have to file an I-130 eventually to get the green card, but to qualify for this parole in place first, then you do not have to show that you have an approved I-130. Okay. Perfect. Let's go back and see what we have here for. I do have a final slide here that if you want more information, you're not sure if you qualify, you have questions, you want to consult with us, we're happy to talk to you and see if you need a consultation or not. So you can schedule a free call with my intake team. The number is here, or you can go to our website, also listed here, to fill out our contact us form, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. This is me and my amazing team, all the ladies. We're missing some men here, but these are our amazing team. Okay. Perfect. So if I would just recap, what we talked about today, this is recorded, so it's going to be on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, if you want to go back to it and review the requirements again and the recommendations again. This is a new, squeaky new program. It literally just came out a couple of days ago. We do not know the full extent. So for example, we know, okay, if you are married to a US citizen, have been married for the last 10 years, have been here for the last 10 years, don't have a disqualifying criminal record, you would qualify. But we don't know what would disqualify someone. We don't know yet if multiple entries prior to the last 10 years that you've been here would disqualify or not. We don't know if there's any exceptions to the criminal record requirement. So we really have to stay tuned and get more information, see the actual application to see what evidence they're requiring. Hi, Arnold. Arnold's asking, I got a 45 pending. They approved my I-130 petition, but they denied it because of misrepresentation. I got a legal entry. Am I eligible for this program? Okay, so if I'm just understanding correctly, the 485 was denied due to misrepresentation. Basically, this program helps people that are missing that legal entry, right? This program helps people that are not eligible to file for the green card in the United States because they did not enter lawfully. They don't have a legal entry. So what this does is it gives you that legal entry that you need. If you've entered lawfully and you are eligible to file a 485, which 485 is an adjustment of status application, that means that this program won't help you. But what you do need is, what you can do is file a waiver of the misrepresentation. If you filed for the green card based on marriage to a US citizen, you should be eligible for a waiver of misrepresentation. And they should have told you that you are eligible for that when they denied your case. So definitely reach out to us. We'd love to have a consultation and just go deeper into what happened. Okay. So folks, if you are joining us now, I just went through the requirements and the benefits of this new parole in place, this new program that was initiated by the Biden administration this week, 2 days ago. We are very happy for this program. It's very welcomed, and hopefully it will go through. We don't know all the details yet, and we are facing a chance that this will be legally challenged, meaning it might get stopped, that the implementation of it might be delayed. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Okay. Thank you, Marta. Colby's saying we paid in full for the I-130 601 waiver process, and we're waiting for the I-130. Will there be new expenses if this will be a new route that we go? Well, it will be a new process. This is going to be a new process. It's going to be a new application. So there will be another fee for this process. It's something that it's just a new option that's available that we recommend to take advantage of. And we recommend to take advantage of it as soon as possible. So we recommend to start preparing for this, to start collecting evidence for this, so that as soon as it released, as soon as possible, you can submit your case. Okay, Arnold is saying that the waiver was denied as well. Okay, so let's have a consultation. Let's look into it and figure out what the reason was. When was it denied? Do you still have time to appeal? Or maybe we need to refile. We're here to help, okay? So reach out to us. We'd love to help. Oh, Colby, thank you. You've been wonderful too. Perfect. So let's see if there's any other questions that I missed today. It looks like I did get to all of the questions. So folks, I will promise to update you guys if there's any news, if we get more information, if anything clears up. Please follow us so that you can get all these notifications of these live events and all the updates. And feel free to send me your questions. Call us if you think you qualify. We're happy to have that free first initial call to even see if you qualify, to see if we can help you. Okay, so everyone, in the meantime, have a best day, a wonderful weekend to come, and stay safe.